stood up with her ass facing me and just turned around. She goes,
Shut up. And we're back to, the second portion of the Ohno Wrestling podcast. Sorry, I was interrupting your conversation there, but I can't go live and everything.
You got to talk about dogs.
oh,
man.
usually I thought we were muted until you.
Well,
Intro.
we are, or you are, but how
We
am I?
were.
Digital
You
thing.
were, but then I unmuted you to start the show, and then you were still talking.
Oh,
So-
I
We're
just
talking
can't
about
hear
dogs.
you. Okay.
right, yeah. Anyway,
Gotcha. It's on my end.
we're back with more Ohno Wrestling. We are joined, though, this time, me and my good buddy Matthew, by, of course, the king of bong style, Duncan. Welcome,
Les
Duncan.
champion.
You see, Les Champions.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, I know you're very upset about
For
it. Look,
how
man, it doesn't happen
long?
very often.
For how
Probably
long?
not very long.
We'll see. We'll find out later when we do predictions at the end of this broadcast.
I say we go double or nothing, and we predict Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, I don't know if I want to predict Ric Flair's last match. That's
He did.
Nah,
He did.
He did.
Nah.
I meant the card because fuck off. That's good.
The card
Anyway.
the card's real good, and we can hop in right away with that.
The card
if you
is
want.
stacked as hell.
11 matches so far, and including a bunkhouse battle royal. Is that just a battle
Yeah.
royal? Is there any difference?
Yeah, no, the bunkhouse thing I think is just a nod to Dusty.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. It's it's just an old Crockett
It's like a
thing.
Crockett thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't there
They
something?
did-
Wasn't there something with Crockett that Conrad was gonna give away after the show or something? He's given the Crockett name or Jim Crockett Promotions trademark to David Crockett or something, like one of his brothers, or there was something
don't-
like
dude,
that I heard.
You know how much attention I pay to Conrad? I
Yeah.
literally watch Foley's pod on YouTube.
Yeah. That battle royal though, I mean, it's kind of a mid card, lower mid card battle royal, right? I mean,
It's a weird battle royal because there's a bunch of people that I don't know, but then there's some in there,
Big Damo, I know. Okay, so Adam Priest, don't know.
right?
Big Damo, WWE former guy. He was he Killian Dane?
Killian Dane.
Killian Dane.
Yeah, Big Damo's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. Brian Myers.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Bully
Yeah,
Ray.
okay.
Okay,
Bully
Bully
Ray.
Ray. Weird. Crimson, not familiar.
Commander with a K.
See that one, don't know.
Yep.
Crowbar. Feel like I've heard that name.
Crowbar is an old ECW guy.
That's what yeah. Is it that
Right?
Crowbar?
Yeah.
Is it that Crowbar?
He might be teaming with T-Bar and Mace. sometime
Maybe.
soon.
He's-
Crowbar, T-Bar, and
For the trios
Oh, they're bringing
championship.
back retro.
Crowbar,
Yeah,
T-Bar,
T-Bar.
and Crow.
I like it.
There it is.
Oh, let's bring in what was Crush? Remember when Crush he changed his name for a while? He was no,
yeah.
what was his? God damn it! He
I
had
don't remember.
he had a
man.
dumb
I
one
don't
too,
know. If
though.
Duncan doesn't remember, I don't remember. I'll tell you that much.
I picture because he was with the
DOA.
DOA, Disciples of Apocalypse.
Yeah, didn't he change his name around that time? Or
I think he was always Crush.
was he? I don't know, but it was cool
But
when
he went from Kona Crush.
Kona Crush to just Crush.
Crush.
I remember
And,
he had
and then don't forget he was also part of Demolition.
That's right,
That
he
how
was.
Yeah.
got- yeah.
He was.
I
Act-
just
Action
remember
Crush.
him when he joined DOA, and he was the first human being on planet Earth, I think, that I'd ever seen with the nose ring attached to with the chain
The
that went to
earring.
the earring.
Yeah.
That was
Because he did do it, I think, before the Headbangers did.
Oh, they had that too. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about them.
How could
Yeah.
you forget about the Headbangers, the prototypes for my personality?
Apart from I've heard of Sim Bodie in this match. Apart from that,
Yeah.
I've not heard of anybody else.
So
So
you got Wolfie D, you got James Storm,
no, okay, I know James Storm.
Gringo Loco,
He's
Cal
still going.
Hero. What, James Storm? What?
Yeah.
He's still around. Yeah. Not Lance Storm.
Mm-mm.
James Storm.
James Storm, cowboy
James Storm.
dude from TNA.
Impact.
He lives in town.
And-
He lives here.
Yeah, it's not surprising. And you have deathmatch guy Ricky Shane Page.
I don't know if I've
I
seen
don't
Shane.
know
I don't
him.
know
I've
him.
seen him. I saw him wrestle on a Progress show in Boston.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, that's where you got me the shirt.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
dude, that was doesn't matter. That was a
I love
stacked
that
fucking
shirt. I
card.
wear it all the time. Still.
I'm
Is,
glad.
but so
Super
I
glad.
mean, out of that though, there's not like a clear. I mean, there's some TBA, right? Like there's going to be more
I'm
announced
sure there
on the day.
are.
So I'm sure that there's probably going to be a surprise, like when that person comes out, that's clearly going to be the winner type thing. That's my best.
I hope so.
Yes.
Man,
Man,
I want to see Chris Hero. Where the fuck is he?
Oh, you know what? That would be a great person to just throw in there if you wanted to.
I mean,
And speaking
give
of
him
it,
a payday.
they've done a good job. Like if Conrad booked this whole thing, or what have you, and like it's a pretty well-rounded card as far as different styles. It's not. You could have expected them to go very NWA Ric Flair style, right? Very Jim Crockett style with all this card. They've not really done that. That's represented, but it's not, across the board. Next match I got from Wikipedia: Ren and Narita versus
Yuya Yamura. That's how I'm gonna choose to
Yeah.
pronounce that.
don't have a clue.
Because it was supposed to be Clark Connors.
Clark Connors.
Oh, it was that match.
Clark Connors.
Yeah, it was that. Okay, all right.
Yep.
So that'll be whatever it is. This next one.
So it's weird how many Impact guys are on this, but there's a lot of Impact and AEW.
Yeah.
And AEW and and Tony's supposed to be on commentary for Ric Flair's last match.
And that's
Really?
Yeah.
and technically, even though not talent, WWE.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett. Well, no,
that's-
Jeff Jarrett is. I mean, but under WWE contract. This is a very weird card.
It's a weird pay-per-view. It's weird that they're even being allowed to pull it off. It's like it's got
Yeah.
everybody.
Independent contractor.
Well, not yeah. I mean, from that side of it, on the wrestler's standpoint, I get it. But you would have expected someone from some promotion somewhere to be like, "Nah, I don't want you doing that." Like that's Rick. That thing sounds like a train wreck. Ric Flair's last match, like because when you first hear about it, if you're like,
I think up until a couple of weeks ago, it was a train wreck, though, wasn't it?
The
Like,
card's
we
been
talked
building
about it a few weeks
nice.
ago, but that it was a train wreck.
Card has been building nicely. Match has always been, and headline has always been a train wreck. And now it's like they've gotten to the point where it's like it's evened out. So now we can give it some respect, if you will. Like
The way he could make it like no respect is if in his intro he flies in on a plane and there's like a distressed stewardess in the background or something like that. Like, that would ruin it.
Do you? Is it an indoor show?
I think
it's an indoor.
Yeah,
Because I wonder if he's gonna do the old school like fly in on the helicopter.
That would be
land.
rad. Land in the parking lot to walk in or something. I mean, that would be what he should do. That's more than likely.
Yeah, he should do it in the helicopter and like with the red carpet and
It's Flair. He can do that. Like
he can do that.
He can do that. He's allowed to do that.
But did you guys read that? So there was something they were talking about that, and Charlotte
was like, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
Oh,
not.
he
And it
wanted
was
to
like
do a
tope
dive.
suicida
Yeah, he
or
wanted to do it.
something
Yeah,
like-
tope suicida.
Yeah.
First of all,
like, dude, I've seen you try and walk recently. It's not happening.
No.
I appreciate the gusto, but
Literally,
No.
like
Let's hold back on that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yes.
yeah, I'm glad she put the kibosh on that.
For real, though.
You watch, he still does it.
Right?
He tries to do her moonsault.
Oh God.
Jesus
Off the-
Christ, why'd you put that into the
Yep,
universe?
that's gonna happen now.
God damn
That's
it.
happening.
He is
I put
literally
money
going...
on it.
Oh, I don't want to see it either. I am excited to kind of see this though. Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Killer Cross.
Yeah.
That actually might bang. That
Yeah.
actually might bang for a big
I think
man
that'll
match.
be dude, that'll be good.
I
don't know
want to
why.
see because I know he's wrestled since, but I want to see Killer Cross post WWE and to see if that
He has
if
been
that
so
fire-
violent.
yeah is it back? That is it? Yeah, I
Dude,
see. I haven't seen
Like
any of
he
it.
is, I'm pretty sure he has elbowed somebody's head off.
Okay.
But like he has just been like doing
Well-
those strikes, and yeah, he's been
And-
vicious as shit.
And Davey Boy Smith Jr. is no slouch either.
No,
Like,
he's not. Like I think that'll just be a really hard hitting affair.
Yeah. And then, so that kind of like, it's different, but that's a little more of what I expected to see on this type of card, right? A match a bit like that. This one, though, of course, stereotypical. Like, you got to have some Von Erichs, in there. Let's just get the name in there.
Yep.
And they're they're up
And
against the
with the
Briscoes. I mean, the Briscoes should destroy them, right? Like,
Yes.
shouldn't they? Like,
I would think
they
so.
will- you
After a
think-
5-star with FTR.
yeah. Don't devalue
Yeah,
the Briscoes after that. Like, nah.
Let the Von Erichs get a couple just the spots in, but that's it. The rest is obliteration.
Yeah, that's how I would book this. I'm surprised FTR isn't on this card.
Yeah.
So did you guys? So Dax is apparently. Did you hear like possibly
Wrestling with a
fight-
torn labrum.
Yeah, which is what put Adam Cole out.
Yep.
So,
So he might be out for a little bit. Like,
Well,
we'll
he's
see.
working through it. He's not
working
going to have
through it.
surgery to fix it.
Yeah. So as long as he just doesn't damage it more, and they can just.
Which the style that they work, I can't see
Is
him
tough.
not damaging it more.
I agree. Well, and especially after, just give him like 3 weeks off at least, please. Since like the last few weeks he had before that, like, just come on, like let him chill out, bro.
Let the man have a moment.
And we need to talk a little bit about this later, but I'll just interject like a future cast on you real quick here, because we definitely need to, of course, discuss the AEW trios titles in a little bit more
In
depth. But Uncle Dax on Twitter today just talked to Punk. He said the only way he'd come back is if he could win the brand new 6-man straps with his friends. We're his friends.
hey man, if the wrestling collective pays me enough, I'll Tanya Harding him. I'll fucking break his other foot.
Get it?
True.
Yeah.
Like we'll just keep that out of the fucking world.
Really, they just created those titles for us.
They should have. Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Like hey, wait, hold on.
Hang
Are
on.
we going after them?
TBD. We should be.
Not
I'm not going after them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
All right,
not.
We're going after them. All right,
So,
good.
Yeah, so like legitimately, you have to put us at the top of the.
You have to.
So let's get there.
Think
but
about
just
it,
know
Duncan.
that-
Think about it, Duncan. Our rankings look really good. We haven't lost a match in 2022. We have not lost a match.
We didn't lose a match in 2021.
You're right. I didn't.
2022. We haven't lost a match since
Ever?
what? Ever? We're
Oh, that's
undefeated
ever.
since
Oh,
20. When did we go into business? 2017.
That one.
16?
16, 17, somewhere in there. Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's gonna do the heel turn first?
Ooh. I mean.
Break it all up.
See, if you were
Like,
going traditional, everybody and the fans, they're gonna think it's gonna be me. They're gonna think it's gonna be me because of my, just rambunctious, cocksure ways. But deep down, it's Duncan all day long. Duncan's the he's
I was gonna say
sir.
Duncan. I was gonna say I thought Duncan was a red herring because you think he's gonna like come in and fucking like curb stomp everything and all that shit. But he's not the one.
I'm not the one.
Like you were just projecting that.
Is it the
onto him.
nice Canadian that no one would ever in a million years?
Look, the Canadian that was raised in the
My
dirty
great grandfather is a Canadian war veteran.
South. Oh shit. Yeah, but like
You're
yeah,
literally, you've got
'Cause
Brett
I've been in
Hitman.
so many wars.
Your lighting right now is Hitman Heart. Are you in the Heart dungeon, like actually right now?
I
Like,
am actually. Yeah. So yeah, it's gotten weird. Bret Hart is actually. It's a weird type of dungeon now.
Yeah.
When I look to my left, Bret Hart's strapped up. He's got a ball in his mouth.
oh, it's that, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
different.
got
type.
weird.
Yeah, it got
Yeah.
weird.
Bring
Yeah.
out the gimp.
Oh, what other matches excite you, if any, on this Ric Flair's last match
Okay,
card?
you want to know what? All
There's
right.
a few. There's a few good ones.
So I am titillated by the 4-way.
Bandito, Black.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Laredo Kid and fucking
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was just
Yes.
going there.
That's like match of the fucking night. Has
That'll
to be.
that'll bang hard,
Dude,
and
yes.
4-way with 4 luchadors
Fuck
that
yes.
all speak
Fuck yes.
Spanish. It's going to be amazing because the spots that they can call, 90% of the people that 98%
Are not gonna even
of the
hear.
people there are not gonna. Not only are they not gonna hear it, they're not gonna register it as a word.
Yeah.
They're just gonna think it's some sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are gonna be.
and here's what's crazy
Fuck.
about it. Like in the time that you guys were talking, I can see it going 3 of 4 ways. I can't see it ever going to Taurus. Like I just don't see that happening. But
I could
see it going to any of the other
three.
3 winning that match, and I
Sure.
can justify any of the other 3.
Yeah.
I saw
mean-
Bandito for the first time live actually when I came down and
Oh,
saw
yeah.
Ring of Honor
Ring
in
of Honor.
Texas with you and Kelsey. And fuck, dude, that tornado thing off the fucking top rope.
I've
on
never
my
seen
side.
him. I've
Seeing
never
it
seen him
when
live,
we were, like,
but
first or second row, it's like holy shit.
Yeah,
like you're doing that.
Yeah.
even on TV, that looks ridiculously amazing. And
Oh man.
but Laredo Kid's got such impressive stuff. But okay,
And Ray,
I know
Phoenix,
we're not doing predictions necessarily on this, but this should, to me, Ray Phoenix should win this. A little veteran action
I
almost
think-
on it, like a little.
Well, I mean, they're all veterans, dude. Phoenix is young. Like this is the thing is all of them have been wrestling in
yeah.
Mexico for years.
Well, yeah, it's because they start when they're 12. Like there's, like
just like everything else in Mexico.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spent a year there. It's not inaccurate. I am El Gigante Americano.
They got an Impact World Championship match on this.
They have 2 Impact title
It's
matches.
right. They threw the women's on there too. That's right. Yeah.
Dude, the women's match is gonna bang.
Grace, Perazzo, and Ellering. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be good. I think Grace holds on to it,
Probably.
but I could see Jacob Fatu in the men's with Josh Alexander. I could see Jacob maybe even picking that up.
I potentially, but I think that Alexander is like who Impact is sort of pushing there.
They've kind of built the company around him since
Right now,
who left? Like it was somebody I felt like that left.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, but even before
Yeah.
Ethan Page, because I know the North were a thing, but like Ethan Page left. But who was like the champion at that time before Josh Alexander was really in that spot? Like-
Oh God, I'm
Moose.
not even. Well, Moose has
Moose-
been on and off champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've had a weird. Maybe that's part of the problem is that they haven't had a very good lineage with it lately, and enough good reigns for us to really remember. But we do remember that Josh Alexander's had it for quite a little bit, and maybe that's what we're saying is that
Yeah.
essentially they had to steady the ship a bit, and he was the guy they chose to use in that role, and I've been very impressed by him, and
Oh, absolutely. And
he's
the
he's having more
fans.
success, to be honest, in the industry than Ethan Page's.
well,
Yeah.
And
Can't argue
Ethan
that.
Page, victim of the bloated roster.
yeah, because I like Ethan Page a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's got massive potential.
And it's
he
happened
absolutely
multiple
does.
times to him.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing. Is
that's the
like
thing in his career. It's like happened multiple times. Where it's
every
just-
time
you
he
can't-
signs with a company, like the same shit happens
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah. Where's
like-
so it happened? Did it happen in Impact then with him there?
Yeah.
Because I was unfamiliar until he came to AEW. I mean, I knew
It happened.
it was
in
right
Impact,
before
like,
that
he
with the
was-
North. I became familiar with him, but so what was it? What? You please help me out before that.
He was really hot, and then
Where did he do all that stuff with Darby?
that was
Defiant or something?
Yeah, it was something in the
Progress
Pacific
or-
Northwest.
Yeah. It was this thing called the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's where
yeah,
he
that's
did
where
it.
all those happened.
That's where we saw it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, it was mostly West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not that tied into or anything. Like, I mean, and it's also because it's interesting because I actually
You're the
look at
closest.
where I travel a lot for work. And when I travel to the East Coast, I'm always like just missing a show, or there's a show coming up. Like they're always up and down. They're constant. Like whereas Denver is once a year, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, you guys
so, like,
get
West
same with Orlando.
But
no,
I mean,
we get so many shows, dude.
No, I mean as far as like
recently
WWE.
You get a lot of shows.
Yeah, recently. But well, when was the last one we had? We had Raw and SmackDown in Orlando. And
Didn't
Tampa.
you just have an AEW there too again?
Revolution.
Revolution. They were just back in Orlando again, like last week or something too. Like,
not
for the
well, for Dark. They're always here.
No, not AEW. WWE did something.
Yeah. They were in Orlando.
Saying, like,
Orlando
was,
and Tampa.
Was, SmackDown. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
SmackDown and Tampa, Raw and Orlando.
Okay. Yeah. So
whatever.
I don't know. I think you at least get some of it a little more. But you are out of the way. I agree on that East Coast, because when they start hitting the East Coast, like obviously Orlando is getting you're not East Coast, like in the sense of going right up and down the coast.
No.
So all of those cities get so much fucking wrestling. And I've noticed it when I'm traveling to them. I'm like, I really need to be on it, because I can catch shows, but I do need to be on it, right, to do that. But this, going back to what we were just talking about, like where do you do those matches with Darby Allin and such? It's like the West Coast stuff. I feel like you don't hear a lot about like West Coast independence unless you're in Southern California.
Right. That's what you hear the most of. And that's just because, and it's mostly PWG.
I was gonna say that's got to be the PWG influence.
I was gonna say
really,
it's that, but then you do see like quite a few people from Denver even showing up on Dark. Like Abaddon came from Denver.
Yep.
Like now there's actually I can't believe I'm fucking forgetting his name right now. But he's heading to Dark to do a taping or two or something like that. And it's like there are quite a few people that are kind of doing that, where I'm like, oh, at least like I pay attention locally a little bit. So it's like there's enough that I see happening, but you don't see a lot of like past the Mississippi really.
Yeah.
Like
you got the Young Bucks.
Yeah, you have the Young Bucks. And I guess you have like the New Japan Dojo.
Sure. Brody's a LA
I don't know,
guy.
just interesting, because where we were talking about, it's like where we were looking at those matches, I'm like, yeah, it's hard. I just don't think to watch independence outside of anything in Southern California if I am watching that.
Right. And that's the only reason that I'm as familiar with the West Coast wrestling scene is because I was out there for as long as I was, and I'm a wrestling mark.
I know you've got like Joe, of course, as well. Like he's not originally, but he calls California his home. Like Joe's.
I think he's originally from Huntington Beach.
He's a Cali dude. Like he's a Cali dude.
Oh yeah.
And I know, and I've always heard of like that Portland, Seattle circuit. Like that was a pretty rich scene for a time back in the day.
That's where Swerve came from.
I think you're right. Yep. Because he's wrestled Darby a bunch of times, like him and like they have like a lot of history, like they've got a crew out there that it is from the territory days. There was that Portland territory, you know.
Did you see? Speaking of Darby, did you see Brody King's new tattoo?
No, what did he do?
Oh, you didn't see?
I haven't seen this. Did he get a Darby tattoo, like, or just fuck Darby up? Like that's
he did.
And the homie, Chris
Oakwood. Oh,
Data 81.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yep.
So out in, I think he's in Seattle. One of the homies from at Wrestling Tattoos on Instagram, did this tattoo on Brody. He's done multiple tattoos on Brody, but it's a tombstone.
Yeah.
That says "Here lies Darby
Allin."
Hang on, I think I just pulled it up here.
And like the video is them.
Oh yeah, I got the video right here.
Is the
right
reveal.
After it's fresh. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Is the wipe reveal.
Here lies Darby Allin. But that's also cool because
I'm not going to lie. I am just going to say a part of me does want to see Brody legitimately shoot murder Darby Allin.
That would be amazing.
Like I do want to see that because he is a piece of shit and I do hate him.
But they're also friends, dude. Like, they're friends.
I know that, but I want it to just be an accident and his neck snaps and oops.
Talking about accidents, I'm gonna do a segue.
Fuck Darby Allin. I'm just gonna say.
I'm gonna Maharaja segue here for you, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about
Duncan. I did give you guys props on the first part of this about your segues in the past few episodes.
Man,
I've listened, you guys did great, but I think I brought him back in the first part.
I mean, I can't compete.
So okay. I love it when, of course, Eddie Kingston. I've lost my segue because I got all mixed up.
I thought we were gonna hold on. We haven't finished Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah, whatever. There's not much to talk about on it.
I mean, are we just not gonna?
Do I have to talk about the Rock and Roll Express versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson? No.
Should we just talk about the Ric Flair match real quick?
I was just gonna say, like, we're just gonna gloss over the fact that the man is going to die.
The Wolves and Motor City Machine Guns will be good too.
City Guns.
That'll be good too. You know, that'll be
good.
No,
it will. It'll be. That's the thing is, I don't see necessarily a bad match on this card.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like,
is Gresham gonna show up? You think?
I hope not.
Because you got that too. You got Alan Angels, Gresham, Takeshita, and Nick Wayne.
Is the worst card on the match Ric Flair's last match?
It is. It's the worst match on the card. It is absolutely the worst match on the card.
It's a tie between that and the Rock and Roll Express and the Pillman and Brock. You know what I mean? Yeah. Brock Anderson, not Brock Lesnar.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, you have Gresham, Wayne, Angels, and Takeshita. That's gonna bang. I don't know. I hope Takeshita or Angels takes that one.
It would be a good, really good decision to do it with Angels because he's been killing it on the Indies since he decided not to re-sign or whatever happened
Which
there.
I think was good for him because AEW's roster is super bloated.
That's exactly what he said. It was no hard feelings. I mean, you could do. I think it's either Angels or Nick Wayne. I could see them. I could see him doing that. But then with all the Gresham shit lately, then fucking you can make an argument they might want to, you know.
If, like you say, but his wife is booked on the card, he's going to show.
Yeah, you're right. He'll show. Yeah, he'll show.
There.
And that's also why he said he was done with wrestling at the end of the month for a while. He was taking a break.
Still had a couple of bookings.
Because he still had a couple of bookings, this one included. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do you think Ric Flair
bleeds profusely and dies of mass blood loss?
If he doesn't die and he
definitely bleeds.
He definitely bleeds. That has to happen. But does he lose? And why? Because you can make an argument. There's no. I think it's all set up to make Andrade look good. I think
you're fucking right.
I think it's all set up to make Andrade look good.
I mean, you look at that, and it's just like I'm literally looking at the
why does Lethal need to get Ric Flair going on his back for him? Nah, it's not gonna happen. Why does Jarrett need that? It's not gonna happen. The whole match is like orchestrated in some way to make Andrade look good.
It's the passing of the torch, which is interesting because so Duncan, in the first segment of this, I was talking about how I was listening to the podcast last week that you guys recorded, or this week, I forget when it was.
A few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago. And you guys were talking about, like, with WWE and all these things happening, like, who could maybe be going from AEW to WWE with creative control changing and, all this sort of stuff, right? And you guys started talking about Andrade, and I was saying, like, I don't know, that doesn't excite me. And I said, because I had such high hopes for him coming into AEW. And I think there's like this interesting feeling, but what we're talking about here with Andrade, like that seems like much more. And there was one thing that Owen and I talked about that we said kind of like, there's this one thing missing with Andrade, right?
Yeah.
Like he has so many great things about him, but like what is missing, right? And then we kind of started talking, we were like, I don't know, maybe it's like the way he presents himself, like, does that click with like the Mexican and like South American like cultures? Or and like we're not getting it, so it's like we think something's missing, but the way it's presented in Mexico, that makes so much sense, and like everyone buys in on it. I don't know, you lived there for a year. What do you think?
No, I absolutely think so, because he was so over in Mexico. Like in La Sombra, before he was still La Sombra when he unmasked, but like he was that popular in Mexico that he could unmask, and his personality and his talent, much like Roosh, because Roosh used to also wrestle under a mask, and like his talent also allowed him to carry on and become a star without having to like rely on the gimmick to be the identity. So I could see him going back to WWE because Charlotte will be there. Because I think that Charlotte is a WWE lifer. I don't see her.
No, I think we all can kind of agree on that one. And I know we also know that Trips and Andrade have a pretty good rapport. Like
there's several. Look,
it doesn't matter though.
Where and then Trips will put Andrade over Cody. We were talking about that earlier.
That would be hell. Yeah, we'll get their rematch. They get their fight. They get their.
There we go. And then
set you on fire again.
Man, I wish through a fire table.
He set you. Your bitch wife tried to set me on fire. Your bitch. I'm coming.
Your bitch wife.
Here I am.
Here I am, motherfucker. I had to come back. You can't just do that, sir. Like, I know you're the American hero. This would be a great angle. Like, he just comes in, like, Cody's the champion by this point. He's the all-American superstar Cody Rhodes. He's the biggest babyface in pro wrestling history. He's Hulk. He's got, Hulk Hogan, like, kissing his feet. And Andrade just comes in. He's like, Andrade comes in. And he's like, hang on. Remember that time your bitch wife tried to set me on fire?
If they bring Andrade back, I want to see Zelina be with him.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We even 100%. Said earlier, I think Santos Escobar is fucking phenomenal. I think you can do stuff with the two of them. And even if you don't want to go there, it was actually clicking before they dissolved it all. Andrade and Garza was working a treat. They didn't need to fuck that up. Like that. Right. It could have worked a treat. It could have. Like the personalities can absolutely work together. Yeah. If you give them a shot.
And like this sort of segues into in the Discord that we have, the Discord.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
we had a question, and somebody was like, our friend Maria was talking about how, like, everybody's talking about people going back to WWE. And I think that to sort of like roundabout answer their question, it was some people will go back because they want to go back, or they live in Florida and it's easier to have a base there. But there's a lot of people that aren't going to go back. Like, I think more people aren't going to go back than will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably right. But can you jiggle your cable on your mic? See, I think you got that whole thing again.
Is that better?
No, it's being
no.
I think it's jabroning. I don't know. It could be technically. It could be you. It's one of.
I'm checking mine too, just in case.
In case.
I mean, I'm wiggling.
I think yeah.
Oh yeah. If you're wiggling, I wasn't. That was
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on.
Is it better?
It is.
Okay. I'm backing away.
Back away. Don't talk too hard, Duncan.
Yeah, it's fucking Mikey B come in and wire your studio.
God damn it. That shit's driving me nuts. Shit's driving me nuts. It's half the reason I had to have him in person yesterday, because I can't stand him fucking zooming in, because I'm like, hey, sound like you're in a goddamn helicopter, Mike B. Yep. Stop it.
I literally shifted 2.5 feet to the left.
It happens sometimes, man. It happens.
I know.
It
Frequencies,
but that's
man.
what I'm saying.
Frequencies, they shift their. Yeah.
Yeah.
Airbender.
Yeah. You move a
Mercury and
cable.
Gatorade.
Don't
That's
ask.
what you just did. You were an airbender.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Mercury and Gatorade.
Okay, we're on. I'm tangenting here for a second. I've had my studio for years upon years. There are certain things and certain cables that do not move ever. Yet we'll just decide that they are going to go bad one day. Like there's no rhyme or reason. They're not getting unplugged, plugged in, and not getting moved. It's just like, no, done. Like I'm copper and insulation, but I've decided today I will say fuck you. And
I won't be all of that.
No, I can't.
Today, I'm not doing it.
Can't do it.
Dude, I mean, like we all
have those days, man.
Yeah.
We all have those days.
The three of us have all worked in production, and we know that just like sometimes shit is finicky.
Just for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just saying, day to day, we're like that. I'm like
That's
that
true.
at least. Like I'm finicky.
bitch.
I'm like, yeah, today's a great day, and then I'm like, the next time, I'm like, yeah, this is hell.
Yeah.
What am I
This is
doing here?
terrible.
What, like I've made every wrong choice I ever could have. You know, and then
that's just generally how I figure
and
I
then
got
you turn
into
around and then you're like, oh well,
it's okay.
throw a positive on it. All right, we're doing pretty good actually. The next day, you're like, well, yeah. All right, back to wrestling.
Wrestling. I wanted to get into this little thing from goddamn Kingston because I love everything that Kingston says. It's hilarious. So like I told you off air, or I can't remember if it was off air or on air, but he had this Twitter thread start when he was in an autograph signing. He was signing autographs, and essentially it was like a live stream where he was interacting with the fans on the live stream. They were asking him questions while he was doing the autograph signing.
Yeah.
And someone just straight up says, they bring up, and it starts this whole just thing. Like someone just says in the chat, I hate CM Punk. And Kingston sees it. And he goes, I do too. Kingston responded, him and Bryan Danielson. And Claudio is a bitch. You guys don't understand. You guys see one thing on TV, right? I see stuff backstage. And then I get labeled the bad guy when I see that. Yeah, whatever. Just like in Chikara, when shit came out about Claudio and people were all like, oh, I guess Eddie was right. Look, I know I'm an asshole, but at least I admit it.
I mean, honestly,
my Kingston's getting better. My Kingston's getting better.
No, your Kingston is getting really good.
It's getting there.
You know why? Because we know other people from Yonkers.
Yeah, exactly. I could pull on inspiration.
I know exactly what that. I know exactly what that
is there.
Doing. Just lock it up.
That's fucking hilarious, though. But yeah, no. I if you get a chance and you have some extra time, find yourself in like that Twitter thread, like black hole of Eddie Kingston just then responding to people shouting out names of this guy, stream of consciousness
live,
with Eddie Kingston.
God damn it, word association.
Oh, and there's some people like he just straight up calls. What does he call Danhausen? Moron. Like,
it's fucking great.
I love
First
it.
of all, he's wrong, but
well,
I need an AEW Danhausen action figure.
It'll happen.
I know it will.
Yeah.
I really want the new Malachi Black Supreme figure or whatever, but I can't bring myself to spend $50
Is it
on
50?
a toy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
50.
That's a
They
lot.
got a
That's a
lot of
lot.
accessories and shit with it, but I'm never gonna like.
I don't know, like
But dude, for the
$24.99, $29.99, like it's still like $29.99's pushing it.
50
You
is a
know,
bit. Yeah.
50's
Right.
It has to
It
be
is,
real
but they are
real
cool,
special.
But it is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But it is cool.
But it's
So,
also like $50.
Correct.
yeah.
That's 2 regular AEW figures.
It
True.
is. It is. I forgot I had one more Kingston for you. One more bit of Kingston news. It's
All right.
That's all I do now is follow Eddie Kingston around.
I know you've been talking about him all night, dude.
Sorry.
Sure, definitely.
You have like a GPS track. What's he doing right now?
I don't
Put
know.
an AirPod
Can you
on,
tell
or,
me?
AirTag
Yeah.
on him?
I mean, lives in Orlando.
Oh.
Just saying. No, so he's this is in it's from the same kind of, I think it must be from the same. No, it's not from the same thing. I think it's from like an actual like interview he did, and oh no, it was the same thing. Sorry, it was the same live-in signing that he did with High Spots. So someone asks him about the blood and someone asks him about blood and guts, right? And he asks him, because remember he's the one that threw Sammy Guevara off the top of the cage through the table and everything. Yep. They ask him, because he kind of says something, like he does like a bit of a prayer. So this is from the thing. I really wanted Sammy to miss that table. Kingston revealed in a special live signing with Hotspot, the same one with Kingston declared his hatred for one-time partners casting only. Okay, so he says, I'm a Catholic, so I sat up there before I threw him. I said, Lord Jesus Christ, please let him miss that table. I would love to see him hit the ground.
That's fucking awesome.
This is why.
I'm
For
glad
anybody that wonders, this is why Eddie Kingston is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yes.
Shit like
and I'm
this.
glad Owen has taken up the job of voluntarily being Eddie Kingston's archivist.
Don't worry about it.
No, I love it.
It pops me. It pops me daily. So it's
every week. Bring it, like that should be a segment.
This week with Eddie Kingston.
This week
Kingston's Corner, man. Kingston's Corner.
Or the Kingston Report.
Yep, that's a thing now.
That's a thing now.
Should we do some predictions? We probably should actually do predictions.
I love how stoned Matthew is right now.
I also love that we're probably. I think we're just dreading on talking about SummerSlam so much that we're just like, fine, we should just do it.
I have not pulled up the card, but I have.
Oh God, we have 8 matches. We have 8 matches, which that's not too bad. We've had but it's for recent WWE pay-per-views, it's kind of long. We'll start.
I mean, it should be. It's one of the big 4.
Yeah, you're right. It should be. It'll at least have that extra hour or so on it. I expect it to be closer to 4 than 3 type deal. It'll be like that. I'm guessing. I just pulled. There's no matches added today, right? I have 8 matches.
Yeah, 1, 2. I mean, not unless there was. Hold on, let me see. Let me check the Observer.
See what happened on SmackDown. I know Drew beat Sheamus in that whatever stupid match they were having. Some Irish Donnybrook, old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Apparently they had shillelaghs.
Yeah.
So he beat Sheamus to go on to face the winner.
Old-fashioned Donnybrook match. What? I thought you were just being a...
No, they did.
It was a 25-minute match.
Apparently, people are saying it was really actually pretty good.
I mean, I can see that.
They don't have bad matches, the two of them. Like they have a pretty storied history, so that kind of works. But they were saying it was pretty much a shillelagh match, like the old shillelagh Irish weapon thing.
Yeah.
Finley had a couple of them, and I'm sure that there's history with that match. But yeah, it was one of them, and then I guess Drew won. So I haven't seen it, but that's what happened there. But I didn't hear anything that would be like affect the card unless.
No, I don't think so. So
first swap, I guess I'm just gonna go by what it is on Wikipedia. It doesn't really no particular order. We got Logan Paul as a babyface, okay, versus The Miz, and I guess. Still being billed with Ciampa on Wikipedia, but I don't think that's the case. I think that's going to be more like Maurice in the corner there.
Real quick, what do you guys think about what they're saying about Logan Paul's getting a lot of boos live?
Yeah. But
they're hyping him up on TV. That. I would think that would happen.
Yeah.
But
everybody knew that was going to happen. He's trying to basically, he knows he has a terrible public image. He's trying to rehabilitate his public image, and him being like was part of his clause, I think, when he signed with WWE, that in his contract, creatively, he would always have to be a baby face and presented as a baby face. and it's all part that he wants to rehabilitate his real life, image. Which is
Well,
so
I
he's
hope
an
it's
idiot.
also in the contract that he never wears a Pokemon card to the ring ever again.
Is that well? Yeah, it's pretty hard to cheer for this guy.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due. He had a killer frog splash.
Yeah, he did.
And he wasn't bad in the ring at all for a celebrity performer. So you can see why they would sign him to a handful of big dates and do some programs with him. I get it. He's gonna get eyes on the product. This is clearly all orchestrated to have him beat the Miz. Right?
I'm so sorry. I just have to tell you guys real quick. I was looking at the card that I had pulled up, and I had accidentally typed in SummerSlam 2020. And I was like, why is Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman on this card? Sorry. Time travel.
You're like SmackDown must have been wild. I miss SmackDown. It must have been wild.
Like, how are we not? Apparently, we have some real big shit we need to talk about.
Yeah, guys, stop the show. Triple H is doing some. What the fuck is Triple H doing?
Right? He got Braun away from Control Your Narrative.
He bought Control Your Narrative. He's actually behind Control Your Narrative the whole time.
Shane McMahon's now in charge of WWE. It's all underground.
WWE Underground.
So Logan Paul, The Miz, going back to that atrocity. There's going to be some dumb shit with Maurice and balls and something, and Logan Paul is going to win the match. That is my prediction.
Yep,
I'm going to go with that too.
Yeah, I think we all are
Paul's
going with that. I don't see there any
LP across the board there.
Unfortunately. Propane and propane accessories across the board.
Go back and forth on this one. Liv Morgan, Ronda Rousey. Liv as champion. Ronda Rousey, of course, as
I'll go first.
Challenger. By all means, Matthew, he's got champion's advantage. Duncan has championship advantage, so
Liv Morgan.
You going Liv?
I'm saying that because one, Ronda doesn't need it. If they're actually going to be behind Liv, and I think that Trips would be someone who's going to continue to try and push wrestlers into these positions and give them opportunities. Even though we have all talked about it, she's not our favorite. I think that it's the same thing like we talked about in the first segment, Owen, with an Austin Theory. Like, let it ride for a little bit. Like, you can't just all of a sudden you've put a lot behind it. Let them see what they can do.
I don't disagree with you, and I think that you're probably right, especially given who is in charge right now. But I'm back and forth because I do think that a lot of this build, a lot of this booking was probably done under the pen of Vince McMahon before he left. Granted, they can change things, and of course they can. They have time to do that, but I still think they might be just sticking with some of the Vince course on certain things for a little while, right? And I think they want to turn Ronda heel. And I think that the best way to do that would be for them to have her beat Liv, who is as sympathetic baby faces get right now. And it would be a great way to get the heat on Ronda if she got the belt straight back through some dastardly heelish ways, which sort of protects Liv. So moving.
I have not thought about it that way. It's a good way of putting it because the way I was thinking is like Ronda's half in, half out.
Yeah.
So like she could also want to go home. She could be part-time. I don't know. Like,
Owen, are you
going I'm going Ronda? I'm going Ronda.
All right. So I'm going to piggyback off what you said, Owen. And I think that, yes, they will turn Ronda heel. But I think that the way that they do that the most efficiently is by having Liv eke out a win, probably a roll-up, right? Something like that.
Standard WWE affair.
Correct. And then Ronda beats the shit out of her
after the match.
That
is probably the smarter way to do it. I'm gonna keep mine as Ronda, but I'm assuming you're gonna go
I'm
Liv.
gonna go Liv.
Yeah.
And
you guys are making the
much
smart.
like Shrek.
You're definitely making the smarter, like, safe bet in a sense, because she has just won that goddamn thing.
Yeah,
like,
and I honestly, like, as much as I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Liv, I want to see her do something.
I'm shaking it up. If I was champ, I probably would have gone with the safe bet, but on this case, definitely got to take a risk.
You got to go with it.
This next one's weird, and because of course, the implications that can come later down the line in the pay-per-view, but it's the U.S. Championship match: Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory.
Yeah,
and of course, Bobby has it right now. Feel like we've barely seen Bobby with it since he's got it. We've seen a lot of
Bobby
Theory.
Retains, I think and I'll call it right now.
Yeah,
he retains because them associating that match with Austin Theory with Money in the Bank, he doesn't need it, but also it will bring him back into the picture if they want to push him and make that title somewhat relevant. So that's
my only weird thought with it is that they could do something where, like, Theory feels like he's untouchable after some sort of way to beat Bobby, and then, like, his overconfidence gets him in trouble later down the road, and that's why he loses his cash in or something stupid, and then you still have him as the U.S. champ. So you've not, like, but that feels dumb to put the belt back on him again. So I think I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to go Bobby as well. I think it's probably the safer of the two bets.
Yeah, honestly, this is a red herring match.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's not going to win because...
And he doesn't need to.
No, he doesn't need to.
And they want us to think that he's going to be so pissed off later, or something's going to happen with him later in the card. No matter what they've got planned, they want us to at least be anticipating something with Theory in the Reigns Brock match.
Or, yeah. But also, could they also make you try and think that, which has never been done, do they have to go after a world or universal title?
No, I think it's any belt.
So
because,
like, if
that was established at
Lashley
one
retains
point
and beats him, like, then it's like, are you creating a feud depending on what happens with Brock and Roman, right? Like, are you creating a feud now where he could cash in to take the U.S. title from Lashley? I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but I'm just saying you could, because it's not just a world or universal title that you have to go after.
No, but I think that really Theory is the way to get the belt off of Roman after Roman has had, like, a tremendous defense against somebody, not necessarily Brock. I'm going back and forth on my...
It's all the Clash at the Castle thing is the thing on that one. And it's do they have Roman lose at Clash, or do they have a Theory lose at Clash? Because I think Drew's taking it at Clash. I'm back on that.
I
think these are all good theories.
Oh,
yeah. So I too am going with Lashley retaining.
Yeah, Lashley. Yeah.
But as far as Clash at the Castle goes, I think that Drew is going to lose.
A lot of pissed off Welsh people.
Yep. And I think that if he doesn't
wouldn't be the first time.
If he doesn't lose, he will win, and then the cash in will happen. And Theory,
I could see the cash in happening that night. I think Theory's going to consider the cash in on Roman and Brock, but not actually do it. Like, he's gonna be about to give it to the ref, and he has, like, second thoughts at the last minute and just lets them to their own devices. Like, there's something.
He attacked Brock again this week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks in a row. That's 2 weeks in a row. That he's attacked. So, Anyway,
We'll move
we
on with
also
it.
have
We'll
to,
move on.
we're also going to have to talk about Seth Rollins.
We
some
do. I mean, obviously he has been removed. We talked a little bit earlier before we were on the show, Duncan, but yeah, we definitely explored. Like, I think we all know at this point, right? It's a work, and it seems like
Yeah, I think it's a work because I think it's a way to bring somebody
back in.
in.
We talked about
And
Gargano
that's-
being that guy,
Yeah,
possibly.
But my theory is that I think that we get a reunion of the Way.
And that is a cool way to do it.
Look at you guys.
You know, it's all about affection, really. But I think that if Rollins comes out, right, like he's gonna come out and talk shit, and then there's gonna be a moment for somebody to come out and silence him, and those two would have a fucking good match.
Let's also not forget what Roman Reigns has just said to Austin Theory this past week. Your daddy's not here anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is Austin Theory's daddy? Yeah, you could say Vince McMahon, but who is Austin Daddy's first?
Yeah.
It's one Johnny Gargano in the way. So you can, if you wanted to thread that together, you can thread that together.
They still live.
It's doing it again.
God damn it.
Bobby.
Yes, damn it, Bobby. Is it any better?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It sounds.
I just hit the interface.
You've got a cable, like a cable's not happy. That's all it is.
No, I know. I just have to.
But yeah, I mean that's it. It would be an interesting way to kind of like thread a few. Like I'd be really impressed if they pull something like that off, and that's the actual reason that Rollins and Riddle isn't happening on this pay-per-view. And I feel like they owe the audience something for kind of just pulling that, especially if it is like it's not actually for an injury. It's not actually for a legitimate reason. Like I get cards subject to change, but it would be nice if they did it.
Seth Rollins too, to not be on SummerSlam with everything he's been doing.
Exactly, and that's why I think we're gonna see him come out, and there'll be an impromptu 9th match.
We will probably get him to come out and bitch, and then we will probably see Triple H on the pay-per-view on screen and say, Seth, we go back a long time. You didn't think I'd forgotten about you, did I?
Well, you did see his reply to his
tweet. I hear you. Was his reply to his tweet about like, hearing his music, whatever. So I can 100% see them playing into that, and then don't worry, I got you a match. And like, that would be great. I hope that happens, but we don't know if that's happening. So we'll continue with what we do know is happening, and that next match will be one that I'm actually like. I think this could be really fun. Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin, man. Like this match,
it is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
fun. Really fun.
Yep.
We've all become weirdly like we like Baron Corbin now. Like Baron Corbin is
fucking wrestling, man.
He's the shit. He's killer.
Yeah.
And McAfee has always been like he's entertaining every time he gets in the ring.
Mania.
Yeah,
he's entertaining when he's in the ring. He's entertaining when he's on commentary too. But he is entertaining, and he's good in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can go for a little bit.
Yeah, he can.
So I think that this will be just fun to watch.
And they've actually got like a story with real history and things that like One disappointing thing I heard today is that apparently Pat is coming out. He came out to something. He came out tonight on SmackDown, not as a commentator. He came out like an entrance, in preparation for the fight. And he was using like a new entrance theme, so they made him a new entrance theme, which
Oh.
bums me out because he was, of course, using the Seven Nation Army thing the last
Yeah, he
time
was
we
using the
saw
white
him
stripes, yeah.
at Mania or whatever. So
Right.
that's a bummer that that we're not getting that, like, because I thought that was actually kind of perfect for him. But can I just guess for all of us, it's Pat McAfee winning? Like, I mean, like,
you're
that's
good.
dude, I mean,
Take my
Yeah,
vote.
like,
absolutely.
we don't really have to, yeah. And it's gonna be fine because Corbin's gonna be fine. I want
Corbin doesn't. I don't know if
It's all
Corbin
going to be
ever
fine.
needs to
Everything,
win.
the wrestling universe will not be shook by this.
Corbin could not win ever again, and he would
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
things
he'll be
would-
fine, and he'll still be fine.
And
Yeah.
I'll
he'll
still
still be
see
fine.
videos of him on Instagram, fucking grilling steaks and shit.
Can we just get sad Corbin back? I just want sad Corbin
Sad
back.
Corbin.
I think you gotta go there again one more
time.
You have to, and I think that like him as a character wants to, because now he's been up here for so
Mhm.
long. He's
Yeah.
like, I want to go back to the. He's like, I think I can go deeper. I think I can go deeper down.
Sad Corbin was
and I
great.
want to see that.
Mustard fucking shirts and you know,
Yeah, letting his bald
raggedy
ass hair
hair.
grow out.
okay.
Like me, if I ever go sad, Duncan, and I just start letting
Yeah,
it
it's
grow
like
again.
Duncan. I think we need. Can we talk, man?
Can we
It's
like, bro, your hairline goes back to like the middle of your skull.
It's like you might as well quit. Yeah, yeah.
Just fucking-
just time.
All right, Costanza.
Yeah, we
let's
get
go.
it. Next we've got Mysterios versus Judgment Day. I know there have been developments kind of surrounding this. Now it's a no disqualification tag team match.
Oh,
Do you guys still think? Because do you still think there's any chance of Dominic turning
I
on
mean-
Ray? We all talked about the 20th anniversary. Maybe that obviously did not happen. So
do I care? Not really. But if it's going to make anything with any of these people slightly more interesting, then sure, do it. Do it.
yeah, whatever.
know,
man.
I kinda
whatever,
hate
but-
Judgment Day too.
Yeah, they suck. Like, I don't like what's this done for
Finn
Finn
Balor
Balor?
just
What's
needs
this
to
done
be
for
done
any
with
of
that,
them?
yeah.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah,
It was
hasn't done shit.
as
for
soon as
anybody.
the Edge basically was like, nah, I didn't want to go goofy
Why is everybody
supernatural.
calling him the Edge? He's not the guitarist for you too.
I didn't say that, did I? I never,
Yeah.
I never call
Ever
him.
since the Edge.
I never call him. Whatever.
No, I read an article earlier today where they said the Edge.
I don't call him that though. I know his name's
No,
Edge.
I know. I just like, but some
The
people do, and
Edge.
he is not the Edge. He
No.
is just Edge.
He's that's
because
that. Yeah, like he says, the dude from U2 with the condom
Yeah.
hat. He wears the condom hat.
He wears the condom hat.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
He's
the
always
condom dude.
edging and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
No,
why he's wearing the
that's
condom
Sting.
hat.
That's Sting. He's into the tantrum.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Tantra.
Actually, no. Sting does a woo thing, black and white face paint, like a whole like.
Oh. Oh,
Might have heard of him.
Yeah.
It's a baseball bat.
I have not heard of him.
Yeah, but okay. So none of us are really particularly on board with this match. We don't really care. I think this
Nope.
is where Edge probably comes back, right? Like this, they do some shit like that because they've been airing those vignettes that are Edge vignettes. They're clear.
Yeah,
They weren't- we weren't
Mysterio's
supposed to
win,
get-
and Mysterio's win.
And Mysterio's win.
Yep, call
Yeah.
it.
So Judgment Day.
Market.
No,
I'm gonna go
Zero,
Judgment
dude.
Day.
I was gonna go Judgment Day as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna
'Cause
go Judgment Day
yeah.
just because I think that
they have to do something interesting with some of them, and that like Judgment Day feels like a Judgment Day
Edge
win.
comes back and
yeah.
helps the Mysterios, and they fucking win. And
I mean, okay, I'm fine with
and
that
then
too.
you can get rid of Judgment.
He's
Day.
more than likely right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you know
more
what?
than
Like, I
likely
don't
right.
like being champion. You know that. I
Mm.
told you I didn't want it in the first place.
You're the sacrificial lamb. You're giving it back away.
I mean, if I was gonna do that, I would just like I would have predict something stupid every match.
True.
Like
Yeah.
Vince McMahon wins every match. He just
Well,
comes back.
doesn't he really at the end of the day with his multi? Well, I mean, with he did
Do
make
you think Vince
$150
McMahon
million
wakes up
on
and it's like,
Monday.
all I do
Yeah.
is win, no matter. Like
No, he
That's
definitely
his
no
alarm
chance. He
clock.
jerks off to his own theme
the
song.
sound of his own.
I would
yeah.
though. I would. I mean, if why not? I mean,
You have theme songs.
That's true. I probably have. I don't know.
I mean, at least by happenstance.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We got 3 matches left. this next one will be a banger, but I think that there's also like going to be, some shenanigans surrounding it because of the special guest referee Jeff Jarrett.
Oh Christ!
Usos, Street Profits, tag team match, undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Feels like this, like the way this is being like said as well. This really would be, if nothing else, the end of the brand split for these belts. Like this is now like, nah, there's one tag team champion and it's both brands. Like they're very much kind of like, when I think the Usos drop it, it will just be one set of belts. Like I think that's the direction they're going, and I can go back and forth as to who will win and justification, but we've seen it so many times. I think the bloodline needs to sever. Jarrett's a bit of a clue. Also, I think Sami Zayn will get involved in this in some fashion or form.
The bloodline.
Trying to help the bloodline. Basically what I'm going to end up saying is yes, the Street Profits are going to win. New champs, Street Profits.
I'm going to go Us.
Going Us?
Usos, yeah. I think that in order for the bloodline to start crumbling, you need to have Roman Reigns lose.
Correct.
Okay.
He's the fulcrum of.
Yep.
You're going Usos as well, Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I'm going with this being a 4 to 5 star match if they give them time.
I think they have a lot of potential. They've shown it before. There could be some dynamic they play with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins too, because of that whole thing. Like with
and
how.
Let's be honest, someone's getting hit with a guitar.
Someone's getting hit, and I think that's
El Kabong is gonna happen.
Yeah. Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, okay. Probably.
Yeah.
And I think it sets up Sami Zayn's next comedy match with Jeff Jarrett. I think he's gonna have a few. I think we're gonna get a Sami Zayn, Jeff Jarrett match at like Survivor Series or something, or Clash. Clash at the Castle. That's perfect. That's a perfect Clash at the Castle match.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because for some reason they still love Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Apparently he's like a pretty good dude now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's a pretty
not
good
a total
guy.
dirtbag.
He's all right. I don't mind Jeff.
Did you guys talk about Road Dogg at all?
No, but that is. I had it on my notes.
Yeah. Okay.
The one note I had about him, Duncan, is apparently he has been begging.
He's pathetic, is what he is. Okay. Like,
tell Matthew about this real quick.
Well, you know about this, Matthew?
Tell him, yeah. Even if you
Which
don't.
Part, because like the things I've been paying attention to, at least on him, I'm like, he feels like a pathetic girlfriend, like going back and forth, or like boyfriend or whomever, right? Like just like it's like I can't believe this shit's on TV, blah blah. I can't believe they won't hire me.
Yes,
it's
really
that back and forth.
Yeah, it's the back and forth. But for me, what it really was this last thing that came out where he said that I constantly, like, I want to know why they won't hire me. I've been bitching about their product I'm paraphrasing at this point, but like I've been bitching about their product. Because
that's what he does. He bitches about it.
Yeah. He said that it looked like an indie show with good cameras.
Yep.
So why would he hire you?
Yeah. Why?
And obviously, look, I'm just going to say, if Billy Gunn isn't going to bat for you, the person that works in the company who knows you the best.
That's the point.
Like, obviously you're not. And I'm willing to bet that a bunch of those other talent that worked in NXT when he and Smack or wherever when he was there are like, oh yeah, no, he's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So like, I know he thinks that he's really kind of turned a corner and that he's this like wealth of knowledge. And
you still talking about Road Dogg?
Yeah. Pathetic bitch. Matthew said that he sounded like a pathetic ex significant other who's just who's like, and
Why
I
won't
basically,
he
fucking love you. I
hire me?
fucking hate you. I fucking love you. Why won't you take me
Yeah.
back? I don't want you. Like,
yeah, I hate your show. I hate your products. There's stuff that appalls me, but like, please hire me. I really want you to hire me. I'm
Why
not
would you
retired.
hire
I'm
me?
just
You're never gonna-
unemployed.
Do you think Billy Gunn like is annoyed with this
we
by this
literally
point?
I just
Yeah,
said,
that's what he was
Yeah,
just
no.
yeah.
If Billy Gunn isn't going to bat for you to try and get you a job, that like,
Or
it's
he
not gonna
maybe did
happen.
once, and it was like, well, sorry, it didn't work out. Like, I'm not,
I think he had the conversation where he's like, listen, dude,
don't hire this dude.
I'm still getting paid.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. And I
Right.
got my sons involved now.
And they're doing great.
honestly,
And they're
so
doing
fuck
great,
off.
honestly.
but do you remember
Yeah,
the
so fuck
DX?
off.
Well, it was the DX Hall of Fame induction speech when Triple H
Yeah.
was just like, Vince will
That
just buy
pissant
that
company.
pissant company just to
Yep.
fire you again.
Yep.
Road Dogg sided, you could see clearly that like he was on Triple H's side of things because he was
Mhm.
still working for WWE. X-Pac was just like, I'm gonna be over here
Yeah,
doing X-Pac stuff, mostly smoking weed and hanging out with
not
my
here
dog.
right now.
Not taking shots at my buddy. Over,
Correct.
Like,
So,
and
like,
not siding with somebody that's taking a shot at.
In my opinion, yeah, that would be sort of like a line in the sand.
Yeah.
And from everything that I've sort of gathered, is they didn't really get along that well.
But they still do. I think they're doing a signing at Starcast together.
The New Age Outlaws?
Yeah, as the New Age Outlaws. So they will still
Alright.
do shit like that, but it might just be like, hey, we can meet up for a weekend, make a
Fucking
bunch of
talks,
money,
man.
and
Yeah.
Milk that shit every chance you
Yeah,
can get.
go to the gimmick table.
I can't
It's a different
fucking
story.
blame them.
No.
2 matches to go. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch.
Listen, I'm gonna just start this one. It's gonna be Bianca.
Has to be.
Yeah, it
Has to be.
I mean, if oof. Bianca must have really shit in someone's cornflakes if
it has
if it
to
is.
be. This is canon. This is canon.
Yeah.
It has been written.
Yep.
It has been preordained.
And it will be good. I think this will be very.
It'll-
I think like it. Well, it depends. Like they could surprise us, and this could be. I don't know. Maybe this
Shit.
is 26
Oh, she's
seconds.
gonna beat her in 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Good.
Why'd you
I
put
just
that
don't
out
think
there?
I don't think Becky's as hot as she was then, so I don't think it's as
Is
likely to see
important
that.
is important to do that. But no, I think the redemption story with Belair would be cool if Belair beat Becky in 26 seconds or
That would
whatever.
be great.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah. No, that
I can see them doing that. I can absolutely, because it also fits with Becky's character, right? Like back into this, like back into the decline, like this delusional Becky. So she's gonna like hit this all time, like she's actually gonna like go absolutely crazy. We're going to probably see
She's
like
going to end up looking like a
twisted-
scarecrow.
yeah, she's gonna be
Her
nuts.
hair-
She's gonna be fucking nuts. Like,
Yep.
that's what's gonna happen to her character, and I'm all here for it because I think she's gonna be great at pulling that off, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting. I think there's stuff that you can do, like. I wonder, like, when Bailey comes back and when she gets back into the fold, like, is that a next contender for Belair? Like, is that like, how does that fall into things? Like,
I wonder if Bailey is in line for
That's-
Liv, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
oof.
that's a good point.
Bailey's gonna be. It's an interesting one with Bailey too, though, because obviously she left as a heel, but she's gonna be hard to boo. They're gonna struggle to make her a full heel.
yeah,
people
but
are gonna pop.
honestly, all she has to they're gonna pop, but it's also the same way that Rollins came back and we all expected him to be a face, and then
And he was for 3 seconds and then wasn't. So
exactly
right,
So
yeah,
it's all about, like, you'll know within 10 seconds of that promo.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And then of course the main event: Reigns, Lesnar, last man standing.
Supposedly the end of their
The
This
last-
is it,
yeah.
guys. We've all said it was going to happen so many times. We're like, they can't do it again, and they keep doing it again and again
and again.
I'll start. Roman Reigns clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can write me down for Reigns too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Reigns.
I mean, think Brock was already out the door last week, and they were just like, yo, bro, just 2 more weeks.
Please don't.
Yeah, when you start calling Goldberg,
yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
just get it through SummerSlam. Promise
there's
you.
a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no way they're putting the belt on him. It remains to be seen, of course, if there's a cash in, if there's anything like I would be surprised if there is nothing, right? Like there needs to be something, because what will be extremely boring is at the end of SummerSlam, another Roman Reigns wins against Brock Lesnar and
might
stands
just do
up,
that,
and then
though.
it's big Roman,
might.
big belt, blah, 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 blah. Usos come out, bloodline, bleep, bleep, bleep.
We're not in
Like,
full new era.
It-
We're in shift.
But I feel like they need to do something to give us this next thing with Roman or whatever. Does this involve a Drew perhaps, now that he's just won like the number 1 contendership? Is it something with Drew that gets involved? Drew's got a lot of history with Brock as well. So don't necessarily count Drew out in getting involved in some fashion or form with this match. And could be whatever happens,
SmackDown.
and whatever happens could be something they play into the story of the match and influence the match at Clash of the Castle,
That's definitely
which could, if it is Roman in fact going in there as champion at that date, then that could be the thing that is your still protect Roman to put the belt on Drew type deal. So there's something they can play with there I
don't think Drew. I still don't. Like Drew's gonna have a moment,
right?
But it's going to be fleeting.
I'm not convinced of it either. I am not convinced 100%.
It's too predictable.
It is.
It's too predictable,
with
and
trips.
with the way he's been being booked, it's just like a really big jump in my mind, at least. Yeah. Like for him to all of a sudden win that and beat Roman.
But we're all Roman for that, right? We're all Roman.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I think that they're building him up because they know that it's going to sell tickets to see Drew in the main event. So
I want Sami Zayn to get involved. I want Sami Zayn. I mean, I know I said it. Well, I know he's going to have the Jeff Jarrett special, but I mean, Sami Zayn, he's been involved in that whole thing. I mean, you could I don't know.
He doesn't need to be involved in every angle, though.
But he's Sami Zayn. He can. He can do that.
I like.
Then KO comes out and power bombs him.
I mean, it would be better than other things.
That's
the. Come on. What do you think about NXT possibly turning black and gold again? Because people have been saying that they're gonna go switch back to more of a Triple H led black and gold NXT now that he's in charge. Like, there's stuff coming out about that.
Pure speculation.
I do too.
I think that's shenanigans.
I just don't see
any
it.
basis except for the fact that he's in charge of creative.
Yeah, that was okay. I'm glad that we all agree on that. Yeah, that's about all I got for the week, and we've done an extremely long show, especially when we put both the pieces of the puzzle together. But is there anything else you guys want to throw in there? Shake, rattle, and roll off your brain?
No, it's probably not a good time to pull up my notes.
You can pull up your notes, man. Do it. Dump them out. Do it.
I mean, I guess. No, it's nothing poignant.
Nothing poignant.
Yeah, nothing worth. Right. Yeah, nothing worth. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. At some point, I want to talk about the fact that what are the real possibilities of Montez Ford becoming a top guy. But we'll save that, I think, for another show, because I do think
we got another show to do in 3 or 4 days.
So. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, does this qualify? Does the show? I don't know what's going on. We'll see what happens this week. But it's all messed up. One last thing I'll say, which I found interesting, was a quick report from Wrestlenomics. I didn't know this, but I didn't even know this was actually a legal thing you could do. But all WWE employees have been prohibited from trading stock since Friday.
Oh, that's totally a thing.
I didn't know you could do that, but that's the thing that has happened, and that's a real.
I have stock in the company. They've given me stock for and so there are times where they're like, you cannot.
I didn't know that a
also-
company could just do
I
that.
also have
Yeah,
to
it's
ask if I want to do something with stock
Mm.
to like try and make it liquid. So it's because you have.
So this is a more common thing that I'm
you have
aware
inside
of.
knowledge of things.
Right.
Insider trade. Like when things are happening, it's like no, you cannot like. Literally for the books and fucking
Gotcha.
like that's fucking illegal. Like you
Yeah.
know shit that other people do
You're
not know.
borderline inside trading
That's
at that
100%
point.
It's
insider
100%.
trading.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that makes a lot more sense then. I read that as a more villainous thing, I guess, against WWE, but not. It's not.
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty standard.
that's a pretty
practice.
common thing.
Pretty by
Alright.
the book.
Well, fair enough. Glad I had you to explain that to me. Well, that's about it. That's all I got. You guys, I mean, we'll just dance on out of here and do some plugs or whatever. Like whatever we do. I guess we'll do that. Hey, it's Ohno Wrestling. You should make sure if you're listening on the podcast, check that out on the old Twitchy-roos. Twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/ONRS Live. And ONRS stands for Ohno Radio Show. That is the flagship program of Ohno Media. Just check all that out. Ohno Radio Show, Ohno Media. Type it in. Most of them's got .coms or whatnot. They got things. Just click on that. Some of them are podcasts. Some of them are like services that'll help you do stuff. Patreon.com/ONRS. What else we got? 407-906-6466. That's a number you can call and leave a voicemail, but no one does. But you can do it if you want, because that's fun. And to talk about wrestling, do whatever. I don't care. There's a Facebook group. There's a couple Facebook groups. Facebook.com/group/Ohno Wrestling. Instagram @Ohno Wrestling. I'm on Twitter @Owen Butler. That's just for me.
Discord.
And, that's just the plug for me.
That's just for me.
And
I
what do
want
we...
to see you and Excalibur go head to head and fucking doing your rundown.
Well, my micro machines? Yeah, it's my micro
Yeah.
machines.
Good.
I learned it from you, Dad. Anyway,
Search Discord, Ohno Wrestling.
oh yes, Discord for all pay-per-views. We'll be in there. Hopefully, I know I will on Saturday.
Saturday
We're watching.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
tomorrow.
Fuck, holy shit.
Oh.
All right, we'll be in there tomorrow.
We'll be in there tomorrow for SummerSlam. So search for Ohno Wrestling on Discord. We'll post the link all up in the Facebook group. So that's about all I got. And what do we say when we get out of here, boys? Woo!